Welcome to a new episode. My name is Patricia, and today we are going to talk about the free fall. The free fall means for me when you are at the place in your life where you know something is not sitting right, you know you're not really true, you know you're not showing up as who you are, but then you may not even know who you are, and that's really scary. So, the free fall, my new book, invites you to walk the path softly and gentle to get released of all these heaviness, of all the masks that we wear, of all the culture stuff that we think we are. There are so many thoughts people have in their head and they take it as their own, while it's actually not. It's cultural. It's because the way how they grew up, it's coming from generations, it's coming from the ancestors, it's coming from the land, it's coming from religion. There are so many things that are not you. And to discover this, I wrote this book because my deepest wish for myself, right? Usually things like this are created out of your own pain and your own mm, movement, right? What is moving through you. Uh, so this book has something to do with walking you through a transition that maybe nobody else around can understand. Because nobody really can fully understand what you're going through. And this book is not just a self-help book. It's a book that it even says walking away from roles and rules to live in the rhythm of truth, you see. What is really the truth from all the pain that you're going through? Is your body showing you physical pain? Is your day filled with boredom? Do you feel disconnected? Do you feel like you're constantly showing up as the little boy or little girl? Maybe you don't even notice what that means, but maybe it's like you're all of a sudden in a discussion, you feel like this small, and all you're trying to do is to protect yourself. And you have no clue where this is coming from. And you can't hold yourself in that pain point because it's super painful. Trust me, I know. I've been there many, many times. I've been in those really, really dark places where I didn't know if I find my way back. For real. So I know exactly how this feels like. This is a book that holds you in a gentle way. I'm gonna do a little reading in the book. I have no clue which chapter we're gonna look in, so I'm just gonna trust that the right chapter will be it. And yeah, it's really written from me to you to give something back, to return some of the wisdom that I gained from my own journey, knowing that things like this did not exist in 2019 when I went through that. So if you have an experience that feels heavy or kind of lost or not knowing where to go or just simply on the search, it can be extremely helpful for you just to get an insight in how can I reconnect to my body? Because this is what this book is doing. It will reconnect you to yourself, not to me, not to anyone else, but to yourself. Find your own home in your body. Because what is happening oftentimes when we start to look into spirituality is that we try somewhat to escape, or feel all the lovely feelings, like feel all the love and feel all of that. But there is so much treasure in the pain, and oftentimes what needs to happen is a space where we can hold ourselves in those pain points. And you see, if you have nobody around who is able to hold you in those spaces, this book will hopefully help you to feel held a bit more. And so, without further ado, let's have a look into the book. So, this book has not as much pages. We have about, let's see, 181. And I tried to make it as not as quick as possible, but as like on the point as possible. I don't want to go around and around and around. Usually things are really, really simple, but we don't want to do the really, really simple, because then we see, oh, I could have done it before. Now, also to say, this book is not here to fix you. It's not here to tell you something is wrong with you or that you are broken, because you are not. You are already whole, and I truly, truly mean that. You may not feel that, okay? That's a different story, but you are already whole here. And with that said, there is also this understanding that, you can do this in daily life. Please do not think that they are separate from the corporate world. There are many people out there who may say to you, like, if you're too authentic, and, like this authenticity became like a somewhat a weird phenomenon, which is, if you're too authentic, you're selfish and all of that. But what I mean by coming home to your truth, coming home to your authenticity, is to really feel who you are. And I don't feel that is selfish at all. I feel really recognizing who you are is doing such a benefit to all other people, because you know your pain, you know what you need, you know where to fill your cup, you know how you need to be treated, you know how to express yourself, you know what your boundaries are, you see. And for me, there is no difference in my private version and my corporate version. I always thought when I used to work in corporate, hey, there needs to be a straight line. Like, this is me in the professional, and then this is me in private. But you know what? I don't think that anymore. I don't think that you need to pretend and to wear masks. I'm not going to tell everybody my private story, but that remains in my private too, right? I'm only going to share with people I love and I trust. Maybe even people who have the same or similar experience than me, the same kind of life, or maybe not at all, because sometimes it helps to have another view. But what I'm trying to say here is, if you're standing in your truth and you start to peel off the layers, you don't need to be scared. They scare the crap out of people, that when you're too authentic that you don't fit in anymore. That's not true. It's really not true. It's this split, like, I have to be here a certain way that I can fit in. I really strongly believe and encourage you that to understand, hear your own truth. Again, feel what is right for you. I just have my own opinion, but it doesn't mean that you need to have the same. I used to think in that black and white thing all the time because it was easier. I could make my mind around it. It's way harder if you live a little bit more in the gray zone, because you're not really catchable for other people or for yourself, right? You cannot say, okay, this was wrong and this is right. But it's like, depends on the situation, you know? So the same applies for me when it goes down to corporate work. Being really you, being authentic and speaking up and say like, listen, this presentation is really not representing anything of what we do here, or whatever the topic is. I think people feel that, and you see, they start to trust you more. They start to see that you are operating from the realness and not from the pretending and mask face. I'm not saying this is easy, and still there's many people who fake it until they make it and all of that kind of thing. But I really think you're not doing yourself a service here and other people, because you sent the message out, hey, this is me with all the stuff that you put on. And then what? Once you reached what? You want to change and then suddenly be you, but you faked it all before? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. But that's maybe just me, right? It's so hard to keep up something that is not you. Like, even with your parents, like to pretend you're something you're not. Like, I want to be validated. Like, all of that. It's so hard. Like, I just want to make it right. Like, I'm going to do this job just for my parents. Oftentimes we don't even know we are doing that. What I'm trying to say is like, it's so much easier to be real to you and then send out the message to everyone else. Hey, you can be real to yourself too. You can show me who you really are. I really care who you are, you see. I really want to see who you are in this office, in private. Like, show me. I really want to see you. Let me see you. I'm not going to laugh. I'm not going to pretend everything is fine with what I see. But I'm not going to judge. I'm trying. I'm working on myself. So I know how hard it is to show up. You see, it's like, so this book brings in like a lot of compassion, not just for yourself, but also for others. You fill your cup and you make sure it's spilling over. And so people will feel that you really mean it. You really look after them and you try your very best to uh, support other people around you, but you also have to support yourself, you see. And showing up, being bold, having courage needs vulnerability. I mean, courage is so high. Like, we always say courage, we need to have courage to make a bold step whatsoever. But if you are really bold and if you really want to make anything that, is your dream, do you know how much vulnerability and softness it takes to get there? Do you think this one was easy? It was really tough. I had big moments to even publish this thing because I didn't want to. It took me a long period, 4 years, to really make this happen. I'm just saying it's a process, and you have to be willing to step into your emotions. You have to be willing to understand what is underneath. Ask your big boy, your big girl, or a small girl, right? Inside of you. What are you worried about? Being present with those faces is so key. Okay, so let's do a little reading. Um, let's see, with what are we gonna start? When everything speaks. There is a language beneath the words, a language the body was born knowing. Before we learned to speak, before we built a name around ourselves, the body already knew. It felt the safety of warmth, the sharpness of anger, the soft expansion of trust without needing a single word. The body read the word through sensation, through presence. This knowing of the body is not lost, but often not practiced. It waits quietly beneath the mind's chatter. Learning to listen again is not a poetic act. It is a necessary return to remember who we are from deep within. While we are responsible for our choices and actions, we are also swimming daily through invisible signals of memory, tension, and longing. Some of it is ours, some of it moves through us. Unless we learn to feel the difference, we mistake burdens for personal failings. We carry what was never ours to hold. Energetics shape every breath, every meeting, every goodbye. Whether opening our heart to someone new, stepping into a space that unsettles us, or feeling a sudden ache for no reason at all, the field around us is alive and speaking. To walk a healing path without honoring the slayer is like trying to heal a tree by polishing its leaves while ignoring the roots. Wholeness demands we listen to the unseen as carefully as we listen to the seen. When we begin to feel the energetics, to sense the symphonies moving within and around us, we reclaim agency. We understand why some healing never anchored, why certain rooms tightened the chest, while some relationship drained the spirit without explanation. Energetic awareness brings nuance. It restores sovereignty. It teaches a deeper compassion, one that no longer needs to blame or numb. We are, each of us, surrounded by an invisible field, not empty space, but a woven livingness, memory, emotion, echo, breath. The field expands beyond skin, reaching into the quiet matter of the world. A person enters a room and the air trembles, not because what they say, but because of what they carry in their field. Their sorrow, their grief, their joy, their silent victories, all arrive before their words do. Everything holds energy. Not only people, all that exists. The body listens to all of it, and it responds. Most quietly, most profoundly, we are always in relationship, not just emotionally, but energetically. Our field meets another's, and something stirs. Sometimes it feels like a blooming in the chest, sometimes like a contraction, a pulling away. Sometimes the breath catches, sometimes it deepens. This is not just an emotion, it is a memory and a field speaking. Searching for resonance or protecting itself from misalignment. When we stand close to another, we do not merely see them, we read them through microsignals, through the textures their field carries. Our nervous system listens far before thought. This is why sensitivity can feel like both a blessing and a burden. The body is not just sensing, it's negotiating, whispering, dancing, sometimes shielding without our awareness. To live open is not to live weak, it's to live tuned, it's to live awake. You're not meant to numb, you're meant to discern. Pause now. Close your eyes and soften. Let the edge of the awareness expand. Feel the space around you, not just the air, but the presence woven into it. That too is language. You're more than just a body. When we forget this, we believe only the I exists. When we reduce life to a lonely monologue inside a single mind, we lose something vital. We lose belonging. We lose the deep hum of connection that holds us. Isolation is not simply an absence of others. It is the forgetting that everything is already touching us, speaking to us, loving us in its way. We dance with life itself. If you enjoyed this reading, then go and get the book. It's currently on sale on Amazon. So, yeah, go and get it. There is also a gathering in Zurich soon available. And on top of that, I want to announce we will do, I don't know how many yet, how many slots. Let's see. I will do for people who want to dive deeper into the book, I will do an intimacy or an intimate month of calls that will help them deepen into their own relationship towards themselves, specifically regarding to the book. So what you need to claim your spot here is you need to get the book, and I need you to read through it, at least some of it, and I will help you and guide you in 2 sessions to really clear out what has been ready to be released. If you're interested in that, please send me an email at contact@patricia-wall.com. I will also make sure that this link is right down below. And yeah, with that said, if you haven't subscribed yet, and if you enjoyed this content, give it a thumbs up, comment below, and we speak very, very soon. Thank you so much for being here.